Hey, what's up? Don't click away. Today we're going to unbox and cover some of the features on this TBK 258 UV LCD separator. Alright, what is up guys? Thanks for tuning in and checking out this episode. If this is your first time here and you guys enjoy all things tech and repair related, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and smack that bell so you're notified on our latest videos. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to reach us at www.mrphonedoctor.com, or you can leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to get you guys in a timely manner. And for those of you out there who have social media, feel free to check out our social media platforms found here. Alright, let's go and begin unboxing this TBK 285. And for those of you guys out there wondering where you can purchase this, I'm going to leave a link down in the description area so you guys can check out TBK's website and see some of the other cool technology that they do have. I am in no way affiliated with TBK whatsoever. They just provided this machine so we can do an unboxing and show you guys some of the features and functionalities on it. So let's go ahead and dig in. And I'm excited for this one here. For those of you guys out there who are not aware of the 285, this machine actually allows you to clamp your screen and everything down on the base, and it slowly lifts up the OLED from the frame. So it's kind of like a mid-frame chassis OLED remover. So that's like one of the key functionalities on it. And it does as well have a UV light, so for curing any kind of screens, it's got a built-in UV light. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna cover everything with you guys, show you guys how it works. You know, I'm gonna show you guys the temperature time, how long it takes for it to heat up, the fan, the motor noise, all that good stuff. So looks like we have some parts here. Let's set those aside. Some more arm brackets and parts. So I'm gonna have to get acquainted with this bad boy to see exactly what it does. So here's a suction cup. This suction cup is here gonna actually grab the OLED, and you will just be dialing, and this is gonna just lift up and remove the glass from the chassis. So here she is. Here's the TBK 258. Really cool. You can see that it does have a vacuum right here. So this is actually going to work if you want to remove like the back glass. I did see a video of them. They laid a S7 edge and they slowly clamped and removed the OLED from it. And for those of you guys wondering out there why you want to separate from the mid-frame chassis is, you know, you're going to leave less waves whenever you go forcefully in with your Oca card or whatever. You leave little waves on it because these OLEDs are so thin. So this machine, what I'm thinking is it's going to prevent a lot of waving, and you know, you're going to just get a nice cleaner pull. But pretty nice. So you can see here that it has its vacuum pump switch right here. It's got a UV time switch, and it looks like it has a broken vacuum button, which I don't know what that broken vacuum button is going to do. We'll have to plug it in and see exactly what it does. It might just release the air from the vacuum. There we go. So we have this arm right here. We have this arm, which I know from what I saw, this is our dial that we're going to be dialing onto. We rotate this and this just slowly lifts up. Yeah, this is all new to me, and I don't see any instructions in here, so I'm going to be having to figure out how all this stuff works. Maybe I should watch a video. Let me pause this. I'm going to watch a video and get acquainted with exactly how this should be installed, and then we'll cut right back. Alright, so I went ahead and looked at the little video and saw exactly how this needs to be connected. And it looks like I did have it right. You do want to make sure that these arms are on both sides, attached with threads that go in, Allen wrenches here on the, you know, top, bottom, or left, right, whichever way you look at it, these sides. And these arms are actually going to be lifting. So if you notice, you can see I'm going to go ahead and lift this one up. So the key thing is with this machine is it separates the OLEDs from the frames, you know. So that's why you can see how this lever just lifted up. You see how it's up off that? So it gives it a different way. This is a different approach of doing this. You can do this. You have to do this with the OLED facing down. And you do need to apply an adhesive like a Loca, or you can use Oca. And you do use these clear little glasses to lay on top. So you'll basically just get your sheet of Oca, put it on top here, and then we'll go ahead and put this other glass on top. And the major purpose on this is going to help reinforce all the glass, because when you start heating up to temperature, what happens is your OLED gets soft, and if it's soft, you're going to end up pulling, and this is actually going to bend and you're going to damage the OLED. And of course, with this not being broken, it's going to help get a better suction on here, because you do need to work this face down like this here. So you can work this face down, tighten this up here. See how we have those tight right there? And now that it's nice and tight, we can go ahead and crank up, and you'll see it lift up. It'll start to lift. And with the vacuum sucking down on here, it's going to keep pressure pulling the glass and OLED down, so you can go ahead and rotate this as you need to. See how this rotates? We can rotate this table. We can rotate it here, apply any solution that we need to here. And then of course with our clear card, if we need to go through with our clear card to help remove. And if we need to work the other side, you can just rotate it to the other side here like so, and work both sides. So really, really cool that it does allow you to, you know, the functionality on this is working, you know, pretty much 360 throughout. And then you have this lever here. This lever here allows you to rotate this table. So it rotates, it's almost a full 360. It's not like Forward's machine where it rotates unstoppable. This one does bottom out and it'll stop. But it rotates a good, I'd say probably 340, 350 degrees. And that's pretty much how these guys work here. If you do want to do OCA cleaning or anything like that, you can definitely do so just by loosening these arms, and then you can tighten up right here. And if you do want to do any kind of cutting and stuff, you can definitely do that. You know, you can just go ahead and tighten this up here, cut whatever you need to cut. If you want to work from the top, from the outside in, you can, and remove. So that's a pretty cool feature there. And for all those iPhone refurbishers out there, you can do iPhones as well. iPhones, you're basically using this as your plate, as your vacuum. Instead of having your other normal vacuums like what we normally have, you're going to just set your glass on here. And you are going to also need to apply this on here, because with the cracks, air is going to suck through. It's not going to grab. So just apply a nice layer of glass on here. I personally would not recommend this for, you know, iPhones. It's just, you know, just use the table. So that's this feature here. It does have the UV light, like I mentioned to you guys here. You can see the UV. It's got a little UV tray. And that's pretty much this feature here. I'm going to remove these arms, and I'm going to go and attach the other bracket to show you guys the other method of removing the OLED from the frame. So we do need to dismount all this. So I'm going to go in and just unscrew everything that we have on here. And we're going to go ahead and mount this bracket up on top. This one does have this little bracket that just slides in right here. So you can just slide that in. And then we're going to want to go ahead and slide in our other lever right here. And these do lock in. I believe you may need to lock it in to keep this from moving, because you are going to need to mount your OLED onto here. So on this one, you're not going to use any vacuum from what I understand. You're just going to be setting your OLED in here, locking it in with the clamps and the threads provided. You do have these two screws that we can just screw in, and these will tighten everything that we need to. So see that? Boom. And we'll screw this one in right here. Boom, boom. We're ready. Look at that. Nice and tight. Didn't get a good tight hold on here, but that's strange. I don't know why this isn't going through. These threads might be too long. So these might be the wrong screws. These are definitely going to be the wrong ones. So see, we're learning as we go. These may be... which other ones? No, those are them. I don't see any thinner screws, because this needs to grab. Which right there, it grabs. We just might need to cut these, because there's a little bit of play. You see that play that we have there? There's a lot of play. So we are bottoming out. This thread is not going in long enough. So I'm gonna try, I'm just gonna have to cut these. If I cut this, it'll allow us to go in further, allowing these to lock in and clamp. So I'm gonna cut right here. I'm gonna step back to the back, and I'm just gonna give these a good little whack. Go ahead and Dremel them off. All right, I'm back. I went ahead and sliced off these ends. I took about 1/4 inch off, and they are just now locking in perfectly. You can see how this is actually going in all the way and pressing these levers in, which is what we needed. So TBK, you guys may need to shorten those screws, okay? So this is the other method. You do have this little lever. It's got a little suction cup right here. So this suction cup is actually going to grab on from here onto the OLED. So you can see how we can just turn this suction cup and it grabbed. Look at that. We got a nice grab here. And probably with these hairlines, it's not gonna grab too well. So, but that's when we'll use our glass and our Oca to adhere onto over that broken glass, and this will just lift up on it. And you have this big handle here. This is going to be your lever. This actually, as you turn it, it's going to lift this up, and then it just separates this OLED from the frame. So really, really cool. See that? And of course, with the right temperatures and everything, this is just going to work, from what I think, pretty good. So I'm excited to give it a try. So that's that. Those are the two major functions on here. You can use it with the glass face down, or you can use it this other way here, which I'm showing you. So that pretty much covers the different functionalities on this device. Next up, I do want to cover how loud the machine is and how long it's going to take to get to temperature. As you guys know, there's a lot of machines out there on the market, and some of them do take a little bit longer than others to get to temperature. That may be due to a voltage issue. Some of these machines are 110, others are 220. I found with the forward machine that one heats up a lot faster when it's on a 220 plug. So for those of you guys that own forward and it's not heating up quickly, you guys may want to check your outlet. You probably have it plugged into a 110. So I'm really hoping that with this machine here on the 110, it does heat up. But first things first, before we do get this up to temperature, I do want to go ahead and let's test the fan loudness. I'm going to go ahead and turn the machine on and see how long it takes to reach up to temperature. Starting now. 49.50. Man, this sucker's heating up quick. It started at 30 and now it is already up to 54, 55, 56, 62, 63, 71, 78. This sucker's getting hot quick. This is awesome. 80, 81. That's it. Honestly, this is like record-breaking time. It took literally 1 minute and 15 seconds. And we're at 86. So we're stuck at 86. 85. It just dropped. I rotated this down, so this is a lot colder. So, but man, this sucker is getting warm. Yeah, but I'd say this is gonna be less than 5 minutes to get up to temperature, which is awesome. 98, 99, 100. Yeah, it got hot. So let's stop the watch. Stop. 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Look at that. So it took us less than 5 minutes to get up to temperature. That's great. You can hear a little fan noise. So I think that fan, it's got some pretty powerful transistors in here to get it heat up that quick, because this is surprising. So that's that. Let's go ahead, and I do want to do a decibel reading on here for those of you guys who work in a quiet area. I don't know how quiet your areas may be. So let's go ahead and get my decibel reader out. When I'm not talking, it's about 45 decibels, okay? So let's go ahead and I'm gonna hit the vacuum. We're hitting about 64 decibels, which is good. That's just normal conversation. You won't be yelling and having a loud motor. So that's good, about 64 dB for the audio. So let's go ahead and see how loud it gets when we do have a device on here, because the motor may be working a little harder once we do have something attached. It actually got a lot quieter. We went back down to quiet office, I should say. We're at about 55. Not bad. Pretty quiet. Heats up quickly. I like it. And let's just cover the last final deal on here, which was the UV light. I didn't cover that. So let's go ahead and go over the UV light to show you guys how it's going to work. Pretty similar like the other ones. You do get to choose how long you want to cure anything. So we have 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and hit the UV. Let's see how bright it is. There you go. There's some nice powerful UV lights in there. So this is going to help cure our OLEDs as well. Overall, this machine is well built. I do like the quality of it. The only hiccup that I did see during the unboxing was these two little threadings here that lock in the OLED. But that was a quick little fix, just saw those off. But overall, I mean, yeah, I think this is gonna be a cool machine. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm gonna be doing an update video and showing you guys this bad boy in action. So make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, I'm gonna go in and leave links down below so you guys can get in contact with TBK. But that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. We'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Cheers.